You know that feeling, right? You spend ages studying something, maybe abstract facts for a course or some training material, and then when you actually need it in the real world, it's just gone or feels totally
Oh,
useless.
absolutely. That's like the classic problem of learning that doesn't stick.
There-
Fragile knowledge.
Exactly. So today we're diving into the science that explains why that happens and, more importantly, how to fix it. It's called the self-relevance effect.
That's right. And our mission here is to unpack what that really means and, crucially, how certain AI platforms are now built, fundamentally, around this effect to make learning actually last.
Okay, so the self-relevance effect. The core idea seems pretty straightforward. We remember what matters to us.
Exactly. The science shows we have a much better memory for information we can link to our own lives, our goals, our
But
experiences.
as the generic stuff, the abstract examples.
Poof, gone quickly. They just don't anchor well in the brain.
So is it just common sense then, or is there more to it? I mean, I only really got certain concepts when I could somehow relate them to my own life years after school.
Well, it feels like common sense, but there's solid science behind it. When information connects to you, to your identity, your brain does something called deeper semantic elaboration.
Deeper semantic. Okay, what does that mean in plain English?
It basically means your brain processes it more thoroughly, connects it to more existing knowledge because it flags it as important,
Sure.
relevant to you. It's not just superficial processing.
Right, so the brain is kind of inherently self-centered, prioritizing information related to me.
In a way, yes, it's an efficiency thing probably. Focus on what impacts survival or goals.
Okay, so if that personal connection is the key, how does an AI platform actually use that? That seems like the really interesting part here.
It is. This isn't just about putting textbook pages online. The AI actively weaves your personal context into the lessons themselves.
How does it know my context?
It uses the information you provide. Things like your job role, your industry, maybe even interests you've mentioned,
Ah, okay, so it takes that profile data.
and generates examples, scenarios, uh, practice exercises that directly reflect your world. It's creating what you might call an identity-consistent narrative for the learning.
Got it. So let's make that concrete. The source material gives examples, right? Like a manager.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine a manager learning about giving feedback instead of some, generic case study.
Which they probably forget anyway.
Right. The AI uses scenarios drawn from their actual team dynamics, maybe challenges they're currently facing with their direct reports.
Okay, wow. So the learning instantly becomes practical. It's not just theory, it's practice for their specific situation.
Precisely. It bridges the gap between knowing what to do and knowing how to do it in your context. That's turning passive knowledge into active skill.
And it's not just for professionals, is it? The text mentions students too.
Absolutely. Think about a student learning, say, physics, often seen as dry or abstract, right? Lots of equations.
Definitely. I remember struggling with that.
So the AI might find out the student loves a particular video game, maybe something with spaceships or racing.
Okay.
And then it explains physics concepts, gravity, velocity, whatever, using examples from that game.
Huh. That's clever. So you're linking something potentially tedious to something they're already passionate about.
Exactly. It transforms the subject. It's not just a requirement anymore. It's connected to their interests. It makes it intrinsically engaging. That personalization acts like a powerful cognitive glue.
Cognitive glue, I like that. It makes the information stick because it's attached to something meaningful already in their brain.
That's the essence of it. The self-relevance effect, leveraged this way, helps ensure knowledge integrates deeply. It's the foundation for building skills that are durable and crucially ready to use when you face real challenges.
So the big takeaway here seems to be that making learning personal, connecting it directly to you, your goals, your role, your interests, that's the secret sauce for making knowledge last a lifetime.
It really is. It's about moving beyond that fragile, easily forgotten information.
Right. So maybe something for you listening to think about. What's one abstract, non-relevant fact you learned recently? Something you know deep down you'll probably forget by this time next week. That feeling, that's the difference between the kind of surface-level learning we often experience and the deep, lasting mastery that comes from making it truly relevant to yourself.